Hi, welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham. I'm with David Reeves, Managing Director of Calidus Resources, who have been quite busy of late at their Warrawoona
Correct.
project up in the Pilbara. And now, the reason I did have to stop them because it is a difficult one to say. David, why is it so difficult to say? You know, it's easy to write, but difficult to say.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's the two W's in it, and not sure. That's what the peak is called next to us, and that's why it's called what it is.
All right, no worries. Okay, well, I can work with that. Now, speaking of work at Warrawoona, you've been pretty busy the last 6 months or so working the project up. What's been happening?
Yeah, for sure, no, very busy. So, main announcement in the last 6 months is we've tripled the resource since listing to 1.25 million ounces. That's in just over 18 months, so pretty happy with that. Pretty good grade, just under 2 grams a tonne. You know, this is outcropping ore, so readily available to go along and literally dig from surface.
Yep.
So that was the first sort of major milestone. We've kicked off exploration again since the end of cyclone season. We've finished off our regional soil sampling, announced that. We've actually got a rig out there testing a few of those targets as we speak. So those results should come through soon. We've also done an IP geophysics survey across the main Klondike resource. That's where 92% of our gold is hosted. We'll get those results out in the next few weeks, so a lot of work going with lots of results coming up. So really starting to get into the pre-feas as well. So we awarded the engineering to GR Engineering. That's motoring along, due for Q3. So yeah, lots of work in the last 6 months, and a lot of that work we can talk about in the coming couple of months.
Right. It's just listening to you talk then, and just, you know, there's so much work going on. How much recognition have you received for that work? Has it been,
Yeah, we would say probably not a lot of recognition, and it's one of the frustrations is, we are mine builders, we've built mines before, we're going through a very standard process of de-risking it, adding to resources, in theory increasing the value as you go, and in the last 6 months our share price has slid a bit. So great opportunity for people at the moment, but frustrating when you consider the amount of work that is going in and the de-risking that's going on. And I think when we get that pre-feas out early Q3, and people can touch and feel the economics, that will be a major milestone for us.
Yeah, and that's what you were just alluding to just then, like you've been doing all this work, the results will start to dribble out, we'll start to hear all about them. What are they sort of telling you at the moment without, telling us what they're telling you?
Okay, well, firstly I wouldn't say they'll dribble out, they're going to cascade out, Wally, but
I didn't want to build people's expectations.
Okay. Yeah. Right, so what we've got, obviously we've got the geophysics, we've got the drilling coming on, we've got the pre-feas, we'll be submitting the permits for the mine development. We'll be looking, once we've got that pre-feas out and we've announced that geophysics, we'll be putting those two together and looking not just at resource extension, but some of the areas that are lighting up on that geophysics where we should potentially drill that have never been drilled before. That will certainly be one of the targets for later in the year. So what we've got, if we look now, we've got an RC rig mobilising this week. So we'll finish off the regional, we'll move on to resource infill. So with our pit optimisations, we've highlighted a couple of areas where we think we can add easy ounces within the pit. So we'll target them. Once that's finished, we'll have a hiatus for 4 to 6 weeks while we bring the pre-feas together, bring the geophysics together, get our targeting correct for the deeper drilling. Then we'll bring in a diamond rig and look at drilling beneath the existing resource. We're only at 200, 250 metres below surface at the moment, and this thing is open all along strike at depth and in both directions. So, we do need to put some more holes in, look at extending the mine life that way, but test a couple of these really interesting targets that are starting to appear.
Well, it sounds like there's going to be an interesting lot of news come out. It sounds like it's going to be flooding out.
Flooding, yes.
Flooding out, yeah, so that's good. And as it does flood out, we'll be bringing it to you on the Resources Roadhouse. David Reeves, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Wally.